What's up, Madden community? This is MT Square coming at you with my very first YouTube video. I've been playing Madden Ultimate Team for a few years, and I want to share my theme team success with all of you. So here we go. In my opinion, right now the best theme team is Washington. I'm going to walk you through my offense and defense and bring up the attributes on some key players, but spoiler alert, I have 10 players on this team with 90 speed or higher, 3 on offense and 7 on defense, with my top speed guy at 96. Before I get into this, though, there's one magic number you need to know when building any theme team, and right now that is 10. You can have 10 players on your team that are not part of your theme team, and you will still have the 50 to get the +2 speed and other attributes. You got 52 players with your team captain getting ×3 chem, so right there you're at 54. Then there are 6 additional team chemistry slots with both uniforms, both playbooks, your coach, and your stadium, totaling 60 possible team chemistry spots. Uniforms, playbooks, and stadiums are new additions to this year's for your team theme. Coaches were a repeat from last year. You may want to look at replacing one or both of your playbooks if they don't fit your playstyle, though. As of right now, Team Diamonds are not out yet, but if EA Sports does what they've done in the past, that player will also get ×3 team chem, which means you'll have 12 potential spots to fill in with non-team theme team players. All right, let's get into this. So starting off with the offensive line, there are really only 2 usable players on Washington's theme team, Trent Williams at left tackle and Brendan Scherf at right guard. You can see I've filled in the other 3 spots with Richie Incognito, Mike Pouncey, and Jack Conklin. For abilities, I'm using Edge Protector on both of my tackles to prevent those speedy edge rushers. Moving on to quarterback, I'm currently rocking Tom Brady. I thought about getting Vince Young as he is the best quarterback in the game right now, but I know that is only going to last a week or 2 at the most. Tom Brady gets inside deadeye and set feet lead, which are the 2 main abilities I utilize with my playstyle until Hot Route Master is available, which I will definitely be getting as soon as that quarterback is available. I'm guessing when Team Diamonds comes out or maybe when the next Legend QB. Okay, wide receivers. Joey Galloway. Yeah, 96 speed. Fastest player in the game right now, without a doubt. So his 89 card has 91 speed. Powered up gets him to 92. Having Washington players gets him +2 speed. And then I was lucky enough to pull some of the best rare strategy cards that give wide receivers +1 speed, so giving him another 2. I do wish he was a little taller, as height is definitely a factor in Madden 22, but this card has been insane for me. For abilities, I gave him Deep Out, and I'm trying out Return Man on him as well. Next up, we got Scary Terry with 93 speed for an 87 overall card. Chemmed up to 88, obviously. But when he gets another upgrade, I will probably have him at 97, maybe even 98 or 99 speed, depending on how late in the year he gets an upgrade. But this card has also been a really solid option for me, especially if people overcover Joey Galloway. Next up, we got Lance Allworth, who has got 92 speed. Lance is an all-around great wide receiver with great catching stats. Then you throw him on any theme team with those rare shredded cards. Yeah, he's awesome. I'm also running Route Technician on him. If EA Sports gives us the option to trade in our team captain, I'll likely trade him in, though, as Washington can also have Deshaun Jackson, who can get up to 94 speed. All right, next up, we got Antonio Gibson at running back. You may look at this card and go, come on, he's only an 85 overall. He's not that great. And while he is not rated anywhere near the best in the game, maybe top 10, he is a lot better than you might think. If you're playing on next gen, you know that size matters, and so does weight. I've only played with a few different running backs, but this Antonio Gibson card has been really good for me. I feel like he has a good balance of speed, breaking tackle ability, and versatility as a receiver. He will likely be outdated fairly soon, so hopefully he gets an upgrade or Washington gets a pass player soon at running back, but for now, he's doing the job for me. But I also may look at utilizing one of the non-Washington cards at running back if somebody comes out that I really like. Moving on to tight end, this definitely is one of the weakest positions on the team, which was a great way for me to utilize the rookie premier Kyle Pitts. Logan Thomas will eventually get an upgrade throughout the year, probably a team builder or something, and hopefully Washington will get a legend or another pass tight end sooner rather than later. But until then, I'm using Kyle Pitts. He's definitely going to be a usable card for a while. If you didn't get Pitts as a rookie premier, you'd have to pay about $300K for him right now, which I personally don't think is worth it. George Kittle and Darren Waller are the best tight ends in the game, but if you haven't gotten to level 50 yet to get Kittle, which I haven't, and don't want to pay $1 million coin for Waller, which I don't, I would recommend going with OJ Howard. He's lost me a few times in this past weekend league, and he seems like a really good budget card. Plus, he's got 85 speed, which is really good for a tight end at this stage in the game. At fullback, we've got Larry Zonka as a non-Washington player. Washington literally doesn't have a single fullback in the game, which is a little annoying. Not even a Silva player, but it is what it is. All right, now it's time for defense. Insert joke about how defense doesn't exist in Madden 22 and go. Awesome. Okay, so I do love this defense though. There's so much speed, especially for at this stage in the game. I try to mix up my man and zone coverages, so having speed I have with my corners and safeties helps a lot with being able to cover the Joey Galloways, the Tyreek Hills, Jamar Chases of the game. I do have two rare strategy cards, one giving all defensive backs +1 speed, and another giving just cornerbacks +1 speed. Speaking of cornerbacks, that's where we'll start. We've got Philip Buchanan chemmed up to a 92 overall with 94 speed after the +4 speed he gets. He's got great stats across the board. He's a little shorter for a corner, especially where next gen height really does matter again. But he's still played really well for me. Next up, we got Deion Sanders. This card was one of the best cards at the start of the game, and if you're using him on a theme team, he still is. 92 speed, great coverage stats. Everyone knows Deion cards outplay his given attributes in Madden, and when he gets a legend card, it'll be even better. Next, we got Fabian Moreau, 95 speed. Yeah, when he got a power up, got the +1 speed with that, and then I found out he played for Washington. Yeah, this card has been awesome for me. I have heard some people say he hasn't played well for them. I don't know if they use him on the outside. I use him in the slot with flat zone KO. He gets that just for 1 AP because I use Deion and then Phil Buchanan on the outside. He's been awesome for me. I run a lot of underneath stuff. He's gotten at least 5 picks this past weekend league, 2 of them going for 6. This card will still be usable in the game a couple months from now, probably transitioning to maybe a safety because his speed will still be viable, but his coverage stats will definitely get outdated by then. Sticking with cornerbacks, we've got William Jackson at cornerback 4 with 91 speed. In obvious passing situations, I will sometimes put him in at safety, and when he eventually gets an upgrade, he will probably be the best corner in the game, honestly, because he's always got fast cards, and once his coverage stats get upgraded, he'll be a beast. Kendall Fuller at cornerback 5 doesn't see the field much for me except in prevent defense, but still not bad with an 89 speed, and he's got solid coverage stats. But he won't be a starter for me unless he gets an upgrade at some point before everybody else. All right, moving on to safeties. We got Bam Bam Cam. I just finished maxing out this card yesterday, so he's now chemmed up to a 96 overall with 95 speed. This card is sick. I use him most of the time. And with his speed and height, I get a lot of picks with him. If you don't use him, he can still cover any wide receiver or tight end. He's got the hit power. He's 6'3". If you haven't maxed him out yet, I definitely would recommend spending the time to do so. He's definitely one of the most overpowered cards in the game right now. It does take a while to get him maxed out, though, especially with the passing yards and rushing yards. And if you don't play a lot of head-to-head, you're going to have to get, I think it's 75 wins to get him maxed out there. Looking at the rest of the safeties, you can see we've got Landon Collins, who sees the field in most of my standard defenses, unless if I sub in Jackson for him in passing situations. We've got rookie premier Trayvon Moehrig, who plays every down at free safety. I actually like to use him a lot at single high safety when I play cover one man. Great user card with 90 speed. At middle linebacker, we got Junior Seau, currently at 90 overall. He plays the middle with Cam Chancellor for me, and I've got mid-zone KO on him. I've also got Bobby Wagner, who rarely sees the field, usually only in obvious running plays. He's really just a filler card that I got in a pack, and Washington doesn't have any good middle linebackers right now. At right outside linebacker, we've got Pernell McPhee, also doesn't really see the field much. At defensive tackle, we got Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne, and we've got Chase Young at right end. Young and Allen play the middle and the nickel set for me. Young has the speedster ability on him, and I've also noticed that he's like sneaky good against the run. He gets a lot of tackles for me in the middle. You could always see that long hair flailing when he's tackling a running back. At left outside linebacker, we've got Carl Banks. I actually use him as a rusher on the edge. He's got good speed at 88, good power move, good block shedding, and I've got the no outsiders ability on him for just 1 AP. He gets a lot of tackles for me. He even got a pick this past weekend, which when I had an offset blitz on, and he ended up in coverage. Last and certainly not least, possibly my favorite card on this team, Montez Sweat. 90 speed for a left end this early in the game is insane. And he plays so good. Anybody who has this card is going to tell you the same thing. I'm using edge threat on him, and he gets so many sacks. He plays on the right side for me, so if a quarterback rolls out to the right, they are not going far. He tracks them down like crazy. All right, that's about it, guys. First video in the books. Thank you to all of you that stuck around to the end. I definitely appreciate it. I'm definitely planning on making more videos. If you have any suggestions or want me to go deeper into something, feel free to leave a comment. If you have a theme team, a different theme team that you're running, and you need a suggestion or want me to make a video on that, I mean, I'm totally down for anything. But I really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much, and I'll see you out there. Thanks, guys.